It was one of your monthly camping trips, escaping the daily routine, drinking beers and telling jokes. All of a sudden, two terrified hunters come running out of the dock, screaming at you to hide. You hear loud growling noises from the woods behind them. Out of the trees appears the creature, a beast like nothing you've ever seen before, straight out of a horror tale. It catches up with the hunters, and they turn to fight. The strange creatures lie dead. What were those things? They look like demons straight out of a horror film. But it's not over. You hear more growling sounds from the dark woods. More of the menacing creatures come swarming into the clearing. The hunters are surrounded and yell at you to run. You waste no time and do as they say. You climb a small hill that affords a clear view of the nearby town. It is already burning. You can hear the sound of growling and panicked screams carried across the wind. The creatures are everywhere. Going back is not an option. You decide to move away from the town, deeper into the woods. You find a remote clearing where you decide to regroup and try to figure out what just happened.
And this is Judgment, and we're going to be doing the fastest playthrough probably of the game ever. Of course, I've heavily modded the game, so a lot of things that you are seeing going to take less time, and of course have no requirements. I think this game is quite a good premise, but its execution is kind of yeah, because most of it well, it is about resource management and other things, but it is kind of grindy in some sense, but in a way it's also random, because you don't get to, when you go to places and pick up stuff, it does show you what you're picking up, but compared to all the houses and what is actually physically there and what you actually pick up is different. So yeah, anyway, what I'm doing is basically clearing out, and I see they're clearing out pretty quick. I've got to build a temporary base here, because I'm clearing out the bigger one, but they will get hungry soon. So, and also while I'm building out there, clearing out the space so I can do some measurements. So what I'm doing is basically just selecting things with this create tasks. Now you can select on the individual resource and collect it, but if you want to do a large area just like that, you create a task to do it, and you should get that researching a little bit more such, and hopefully selected all that. And while they're doing that, shall select on the research. Of course, normally you have to get someone on the research, and then that gives you points. And yeah, this is where it comes a grindy bit as well. So I did it so you get 999 a cycle. So as you can see, there's quite a lot to research. And I wouldn't mind it if it doesn't scale. If it did actually scale a lot better, but it takes a long while, and of course other things. Combat is the way, and because you don't get a lot of people, there are ways to get people, but when you're first starting out, pretty much is going to be your base kind of 3 people here, and yeah, it's going to suck for quite some time, especially the combat, because the combat is very unforgiving, especially when you're moving and such. When you see it, because characters can't really push through each other, and then they get the environment is kind of the one thing that really kind of holds it down, I could say. But yeah, as I said, the premise is good. Anyway, so we're going to count 20 from here. There we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And that's going to be the mid. And go 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's where we're going to build our thingy. So we should get rid of these mineral mines. You won't get till later on. So you're going to pretty much have all this unused space. Of course, since I researched everything, as you can see, we're able to open it up. 4, 6, 8. So, and we're going to make 2 spaces in. And well, we're going to set it up like that because we're going to set up a pretty nice perimeter for it. Now we're going to move that workshop and move that food table in there. Destroy that. Should build the other things in there, like alchemy table and weapons workshop and a furnace, and then we should put a tech workshop in there, and we also need and start with the occult library. And of course we need a vegetable farm. So of course now I need to clear out all the other stuff. They're pretty much going to go at it pretty much efficiently. So we're going to build 2, 4, 6. Oh, she's researching that, and of course we can research some of the demon stuff. That is pretty much about it for demon stuff. And we'll get that one. We'll destroy that because we don't need it anymore. And we'll build in now we need to build some beds. Get rid of all these leftover mining bits. And it usually takes you quite a long time to just get a mine. Just get the research done to make a mine, so yeah. And of course it's not one specific that you can go on to, it's several you have to research by themselves, but yeah. We've done that, probably should do the cooking one there, and I think we've got all of it. Let's see if we can craft everything. No, I need a sawmill. And a water well. And an alchemy table. So should get the rest of my there's a wheat farm. There's a sheep farm. Board there, herb garden, aloe vera. As you can see, it's kind of nicely spaced out, and we also have some rainwater collector and another house. And now we should start building the barrier. As you can see, barriers quite well. It's giving me more introductory tutorials. And that's enough water, as you can see. And we should be able to craft everything. Crafting all the prerequisites. And here we come to the weapons. Now this is the gun I'm going to pretty much use, the transmutation gun. The other one, of course, is the MTAR 21. And you would think you look at the damage, but what you're looking at is the DPS. So it's 34.7, 28. You see, the sniper rifle is like 9.6. The beam cannon, which seems to be pretty good, but with a DPS of 30.9, but as you can see, a transmutation gun. Beam cannon would be probably the one you would use in maybe probably in the normal game. It's got a range of 9 compared to that one. Because my characters have the increased attack speed and stuff, we're definitely going to be using the one with the more attack speed, which is the transmutation gun. So after all that, and it's telling me I'm going to be attacked. So it pretty much happens pretty much quickly. You can't avoid it. So if you ain't really quick getting up to that part, then yeah, you're going to be hitting the demon off with fists. Now you can still kill the demon with fists, but yeah. So let's see. She's the first one, so you can only have one with the map scout range. If you have it normally, you can have anyone, but because mine's edited, it doesn't stack very well. So that's why in this one I'm picking, instead of that one, vision range, and that one. I'm leaving the evasion because we're going to be shooting at such a long distance. As long as I position myself correctly, I won't need to worry about evading anything. Alright, I should probably also give them their gear too. So, if they finish creating it. There we go. And we should create some infirmaries in the background. Create all the demon stuff on the right hand side. Doesn't really need to be, I just choose it there. And that one. And it's telling me that the demons are nearly upon me. Well, I don't really see them yet, but anyway. It's usually half an hour. If you see the time thing going, but it's just and I'm attacked and pretty much dead. So normally you would have to fight that demon with, of course, with clubs and or your fists. Now I'm gonna do defense planning, which is weird. You click on this thing, and then of course you select all your characters, and then you tell them where to go. Click that off, so next time when you actually do a base defense, that it'll ask you to click them, they'll go to all their positions. Anyway, we're going to create to go around exploring, but it doesn't really tell you much. You have to create a task force here, and we'll select. You always have to have one person guarding the base, so you can only have 2. which is thing out. So you right click there, and as you can see, with her skill, she's able to see the whole map. Going to auto resolve that because we're going to fight another one. Because we need to tell us that we need to recruit more survivors. You can click over here, and we're going to click on that one. We should probably tame our team. So we're going to call this the feminists. There we go. And pretty much we're going to use 2 characters for that anyway. So we're just going to be recruiting people just because later on in a mission spoiler wise, but this whole thing is a spoiler, but later on 2 people get kidnapped and you can't choose who they are, so the more people they are, the better it is to see what it yeah, more people you recruit, therefore these 3 that I've picked here, which are scouts, hopefully they will not be picked as such. So this is the way you get more to find more, is locate survivors. I'll force her to do that one instead of these other 2 because they're 2 bits. Now there's 2 other ways to get it. If you do from trading, it's a bottle, and of course a random event. Yeah. So we're going to go back home, recall, and now we're going to swap her out. We're going to swap her out with her skill because it also causes crashes, and we're going to pick her in. So hopefully don't lose any out of these 2. So we're just going to recruit some more people. Otherwise, I modded it so you can finish it without it, but it's just that randomness that you need, of course, more people to ensure that randomness doesn't occur to you. One character that time. That was kind of a bit sucky, but anyway. And it's usually about 8 people as such. And as you can see how much DPS I'm actually putting out, it's actually quite a lot, so yeah, single numbers don't mean nothing, it's all about the DPS. So, yeah. And you can see the combat is kind of blocky a bit. Kind of comes back to like Fallout and stuff, so they don't see how they go kind of blocky that way. They don't kind of move. Yeah, they kind of move within a framework, so they're not free-formed, so they can go anywhere. There are other games that allow that, allow kind of stacking on a single same tile, but on this one it does not. So we're going to bring them in. Next one, of course, if in the modded one, is the survivalist. While they gain the extra reach through the talents, they don't gain the speed as the scout does. Anyway, we're going to continue, and we're going to go and look at this Ether Shrine, although it's going to be pretty brief, because I'm pretty much going to kill everything beforehand. So. So it pretty much looks like our shrine, but that is pretty much about it. And get some speed. So we learned that it is also some kind of government thing with the army connection. So, well, it's a bit of both Aether and the army. But yeah, so now we need to go find the secret base where supposedly all this kind of shit went down, and lucky for us it is very close. We should go check out our neighbors. They're friendly, but they don't want to trade. They're not friendly and they don't want to trade, so yeah. There's none of them really near, so I won't even bother about that. But you can also ask them to trade. So this is the military base. They're actually really tough, but as you can see, I'm pumping that much out with DPS. So there's nothing really to look at there. It's just pretty much a secret base, but you don't get to have a look at what it is. But anyway, if you killed everything. So we find a survivor, and now we have to find an injured survivor. So somehow we made it all the way down there. Yeah, go figure. So they're pretty much all lethal, these demons. And then of course he explains further that before the survivor dies, that he was an occult research, of course, that occurred at the military thingo. So going to have to find where it is and where it all happened and where the Hellgate is. So, of course, it pops on the map and you can see it. That's where the Hellgate is, but I can't go attack it as yet doesn't bring it up anything, but I'm gonna get attacked pretty much soon, so I need to head back to base. And here it is, activate my defense plan. There's my characters, 3 there, we'll go into their 3 positions. And then I'm attacked. I should probably give them all weapons, but it doesn't really matter. As you can see, they're all trying to go down to my point of least resistance. And it's saying that, of course, that you will need 15 survivors basically to continue on, and this is probably kind of the where it time gates you, because you have to get survivors. And here's one talking about the kidnapping. It kidnaps 2 of your group, and luckily my initial team never got captured, and it was some of the other ones I don't really care about, although I should care about them, but yeah, they just don't have the skills. So if you normally, you would have to build probably the other one, which is of course these barrel walls, but I want to be able to shoot through them, so, and it kind of works out that way. But later on you get demons that, or archangels, or fallen archangels that can do, shoot kind of projectiles at you way further than any of your weapons can. So you may want to kind of make some kind of corralling system, so you can, but you won't be able to set it up like this initially, because you have all that junk in the way and it takes ages to get rid of. So yeah, anyway, let's continue on, and we're going to rescue the survivors, but we can only rescue one of them. And yep, I can only save one of them, unfortunately. Otherwise, if I save both, the game will soft lock. And yep, that kind of sucks, but that's why we got all those people recruited, and yeah. Now she's actually quite useless, as if I take her out and do anything with her, she'll basically soft lock anything. So yeah. So we gotta do the magic consecration in the magic circle. And now we managed to have something for measuring the Hell Gate, supposedly. And now we have to actually go and we can go have a look at the Hellgate itself. So that was the Hellgate. It's a very quick look at it, but yeah. It's a pity you can't explore and then quit when you want to, but yeah. So we have to research about the Hellgate. Of course, see the mission, build an occult structure. And of course we come under the recruiters who are from Master Ether. Knowing that we did, Master Ether is of course somehow involved in this kind of mess, and yeah, not for a sanctuary, but he already kidnapped 2 people, so I don't know why you would accept his deal. And then of course it's some bullshit, but everybody's saying yeah, we're not joining it, but we've already seen what they already can do, so why would you join it anyway? But and you need to basically time gate, and this is where you need to recruit 22 members again. So this of course when you do all that thingos, and then the only way I seem to find to increase the these settlements towards you is to use the stone circle and heal the land whenever you can. Of course that's got a timer and it goes down, but of course I got rid of the timer for so, yeah. So now we're going to attack the recruiter's fortress with 2 people, because we can, and it's over here. And this doesn't make any sense, this part of the story, because I come in fully armed knowing what I'm heading into, and then I get captured. That doesn't make much sense, but anyway, you can read it, we can pause it, but yeah. Yeah, we got to fight our way out, so and of course we killed, but we learn about some rubbish. Normally you're supposed to sneak through all this, but and it is possible to sneak through it, but we're just going to destroy everything. I think that's pretty much about it. So I meant to click on this structure. And of course it looks very similar to ours, but it has a generator. But we're not going to do anything because we're just there to look at it, and we're just going to escape. And then we coming on to doing two kind of ending solutions. This is the occult solution where we summon a demon, and of course the other solution is the where we blow it up, the Hellgate. But you have to do both kind of solutions. You can't pick and match which one you do, so you can only pick the solution at the final choice, but you have to do both. So yeah, kind of waste of time if you wanting to do it one way, but yeah. So we're doing the bloodstone ritual, and you can do that. And now we do the scientific solution, which of course is the antimatter bomb. And of course you have to craft that one. And now we go back to the occult solution, where we need to get some demon parts. Now mind you, all these demons are actually quite powerful. They do a lot of damage. Doesn't look like it because I'm hitting them with so much DPS, but yeah. Wait till the party comes back. And then I'm back to the antimatter detonator, and then they want me to go to a physics lab and get some parts at the physics lab. Well, it doesn't look like a physics lab. Well, that's what I mean about pathing. Let's click on that. As you can see, they pretty much do a lot of damage to you. And then I got to return back to base. So you probably have like multiple types of task force going, but to summon a weather demon at the closure, and of course they've come brown, so we can heal the land. And now I need to craft an antimatter container. So, yeah. And then we have the last stand. Of course, should heal my person there. Yeah, she got... So she needs to go into the infirmary. Probably should build some more beds in that one. Activate my defense plan. Get out of the way. And then we get a message from them. He's probably done some other things, but who knows. Whatever. And then it tells us to get some ammunition. So, yeah. Better heal him, since he got damaged. And then we do a decoy kind of thing to draw off some attackers. Over here. Healed up, and now we go for the final encounter. Yay. That's not what I want. And something fucked up, so we can only have one character in the last stage. But anyway, it does not matter. She's pretty powered up anyway. So this is where we get to choose now. We can summon the Demon Eater, or we can apply the antimatter to the occult generator. And of course, here are the two choices. Here we have the occult generator, although it doesn't say so. And of course we have the summoning pit. Now, of course, my choice is going to be the cold generator, because I don't really want to summon a big demon, but yeah, I'm going to show both endings, and yeah. But first we're going to show the Hellgate being destroyed ending first.
The initial explosion in the fortress was spectacular, and a split second later, a clear, shimmering light could be seen arcing up and onto the Hellgate. There was a loud noise coming from the distance. An almost painful pressure filled the blackened skies and took some minutes to dissipate. Then, like the quiet sunrise of a new day, the darkened pressure abated and a great sense of calm filled the air. The explosion caused considerably greater damage than expected, engulfing the entire fortress in flames. You realize there is little hope that any of the poor captives inside survived. Of the Hellgate, nothing remains. No portal is to be seen, and the air offers nothing more than a faint sulfur stench. No more demons will come flooding through the Hellgate, but many of the invaders are already here. Nothing is certain about the future. The smoldering ruins of Aether's fortress remain a testament to the ability of humans to treat each other inhumanely. What will you do now? Will you stay together, or will you find a larger and safer group to join? Soon it will be time for you, the survivors, to rebuild your world from the ashes of the apocalypse. Will you make it a better one? The tense moments outside the walls dragged on for what seemed like forever as the summoning spell worked its magic. But then the Demon Eater appeared, easily 100 feet tall on a robust orange frame, towering above even the tallest trees of the forest. The effect of its presence was instantaneous. You didn't have to wait for the huge beast to turn against the demons that had been hounding your every step only moments ago. They seemed to immediately understand the implications and flew past your group in a beeline for the Hellgate, anxious to escape. A few unlucky demons had the bad fortune to run into the great beast's cloven feet. It picked them casually in twos and threes, and they howled like crazy until it closed its heavily toothed maw upon them. Alas, not only demons were consumed by the creature. The Demon Eater's rage was incandescent. The beast lashed blindly at friend and foe. Among the mayhem, you could spot the lifeless husks of human remains, their souls sucked out of their bodies. Of the Hellgate, there remains no trace. Did the demons somehow close the portal to escape the Demon Eater? Although the demon plague seems to have run its course now, the future of the human race still seems uncertain. The smoldering ruins of Aether's fortress remain a testament to the ability of humans to treat each other inhumanely. What will you do now? The Demon Eater is still at large. The small wooden walls of your settlements will offer no safety from such a monster. Will it eat all the demons and then disappear? Will you be able to banish it back where it came from? One can only hope.
And that is pretty much about it. So basically there are no more campaign missions, and it's just playing like a sandbox. It says here that they'll come progressively harder, but I don't know. You've got to be one hell of a masochist if you want to complete this whole kind of map. Not saying that you couldn't, but yeah, there's quite a lot to do in there. And the normal traveling, as you can see, the traveling is pretty quick, but if I make another group as such, and I get her to travel with you can see the marked difference there in the traveling. So and that would be normal speed. Yeah. So it's not too bad on the time factor wise, but on the gameplay, yeah. But anyway, that is Judgment. Story definitely is not too bad, but of course the implementation of it in the game, there could be definitely some improvements, but definitely something like those guys who do the other ones, but yeah. I thought it was kind of interesting, but yeah, definitely not something that I'll play through normally, as I did, and it is very unforgiving. I don't even get the tactics behind it, but yeah, probably some dice rolling happening on there. So, but anyway, if you're thinking about what it was and what you missed out of it. Hopefully you got what it is, and yeah, I'll leave it there, and I'll see you next time.